So her health care comes from Congress, yet she is complaining that under this new Medicare for all socialist system, where there's even less money to go around, that somehow Congress is going to say, we don't cover freezing your eggs for Congress, members of Congress, but now they're going to do it for everybody?
Well, her health care is paid by the federal government, but I believe it's administered privately. This is something that a lot of people go through. When I lived in DC and I provided health care to myself, my family, and my fellow employees at my company, my wife and I went through IVF. We had to spend $25,000 at a really great fertility clinic to have our son who just turned 7. So this is something that costs people a lot of money. Now, here in the state of Illinois, they actually require that. So the other times we went through IVF, it was covered. Fortunately, those didn't work out the way that we wanted them to, but we didn't end up having to spend $100,000. I mean, the amount of money that people are being forced to spend to try to expand their families is gross. I think we should do something about that. And I would note that in the 2024 presidential campaign, Donald Trump promised to have the government cover the cost of IVF, and he broke that promise. He's done nothing with it.
Bill, I think this is a good point to bring you in. The fact that there were so many promises in 2024 that have gone unfulfilled. There's a lot of Americans who simply do not feel like their life economically is any better. How is that not an enormous opening for AOC, whether she wants to take on Chuck Schumer, who I know you have such a high regard for, or run for president?
Well, first of all, she will take over the radical wing of the Democratic Party if she hasn't already. So Bernie Sanders groomed her. She is now doing the rounds to establish herself as the leader of the socialist, whatever you want to call it, movement. And their top issue is Medicaid for all, Medicare for all. Okay, everything that you have, every malady that you have, any kind of option that you would like medically will be paid from the government. That's impossible. Now, we did a special on NewsNation, which I understand is going to run in September, about their universal health care out of London. They're broke. They can't pay for it now. Cuba, the communist thing, all the doctors left. They don't have doctors that treat anything anymore. They're all gone. We owe $40 trillion here in America, okay? You cannot pay for the health care of every single American. It is impossible fiscally to do that. However, Congress, both parties, has absolutely abdicated its responsibility to put out a menu for the American people and say, this is covered to this extent, this is not, so that you're not so confused when you walk into the doctor's office, that you know what the government is going to give you and what the government is not going to give you. That's the fair way to do it. But like everything else, both parties use the issue to try to get power. So the Ocasio-Cortez wing goes, oh, I'm going to pay for all your meds. And the Republican Party goes, look, communist, look at that. But nobody tries to solve the problem. And I mean that literally.
Can I push back a little bit,
Does AOC,
Leland?
yeah, but does AOC have any credibility on this? I think that what Bill's getting at is solving a problem. I'm not sure she does.
Yeah, well, I think she has credibility because she's at least showing the lived experience of going through it right now, having to spend so much money to freeze their eggs. I have two sort of pushbacks against Mr. O'Reilly on the other side here, who I have a lot of respect for. I used to watch you alongside my dad. I told you that off stream. I meant it. Is two things here when I was a kid. Is one, for the last 20, 30 years that I've been politically active, every conservative commentator I've seen has tried to pigeonhole any Democrat that says the government can be useful to help improve your life as a socialist or a communist. And it wouldn't be very hard for me to find clips from your old show or any other show talking about that on Fox News or any other place. So that's number one. I think it's just sort of a tired talking point that people are a little bit sick of and makes the right look like the boy who cried wolf to hide the fact that they're not offering any real solutions. The second thing here is the idea that we have to live in a country where people go bankrupt when they get sick, I think is wrong. And I say this as a small business owner. I have about 50 employees in my consulting firm. I provide really quality health insurance for them. The last 2 years, I've seen 29% increases year over year in the cost of our healthcare. That's not sustainable at my business. Right now, we should have more people who work for us. I could ease the burden on my staff and deliver a better product for my clients right now. I was able to hire 2 or 3 more people, but I can't do it. That's playing out all across the country right now. So the system we're in is not sustainable. The Republican Party doesn't have an answer for that, doesn't even really, in my opinion, acknage that it's a problem. You might not like the Democratic Party solution, but
we've got the healthcare issue, but there's a larger point here about, Mike, that you brought up about socialism.
Number one, the Republican Party does not want a big colossus government. They don't want the government telling you, Mike, me, Bill, what we can and can't do with our companies or with our lives. I have 60 people working for me, 60, and I'm in the same business you're in, same business, okay? I don't like paying the exorbitant fares, but we hunt around. We get our insurance from the insurance merchants that are reasonable. We don't just give you what the crazy lizard is doing.
We hunt around too, Bill, but it's getting increasingly hard to find good deals in this. I mean, if you just listen to the American people every day, they're out there saying they're struggling.
And the solution, Mike, is to have Congress draw up what I just said. This is what the government can afford to pay. Here's a sheet, okay? This is what the government cannot afford to pay. And if they did that, which they won't, the problem would at least be addressed.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.